again, how sick and tired I am about the disrespect towards the Miami Dolphins. And today I wanted to follow up on that video because I got a lot of responses from my subscribers about the issue. And a lot of people seem to agree, and a lot of people had some really good insight on it. So I want to talk about some of the things that some of my subscribers actually said to me. Now, one in particular that stood out, let me see here. Let me find it for you guys. One moment. All right, yeah. So one that really, really stood out was from Tommy T. I'm not gonna say his last name. So Tommy T. And thanks, Tommy, for actually writing a response. I have several responses on here, but yours really, really stood out to me because you had some very good points, and I agree with just about every single one of them. And I'm gonna go through those points and I'm gonna talk about them because he's spot on. And this is the issue that can no longer go unchecked. All right, so Tommy ended up writing 10 things that the media actually does. Okay, number one, they say things like the Dolphins are so unpredictable that we don't know what they're doing. Of course, the Dolphins are unpredictable because you don't pay attention to them. You have no idea what's going on in the organization. You're right about the top 6 teams in the NFL, and after that, if you're probably given the assignment or something, you go find out some hurry up information about the other ones. You don't go to practices. You don't talk to players. And the crazy thing is, some of you wait till you actually, even analysts on TV, you wait till the week of a Thursday night game where the Dolphins are playing. Hey, what's going on in Dolphin country? Let me see what I can find out. You probably just read titles of headlines. You're not following the team. That's why they're so unpredictable. So do your job, and maybe it will be a little bit more predictable. Number two, they're scared to say something good about the Dolphins because the Dolphins might prove them wrong. That's what analysts actually say. I've actually heard on national television an analyst literally say, Dolphins have been playing well lately. I would say something good and positive about tonight, but, they're so used to proving me wrong. Are you serious? So you don't have your own opinion. You don't have your own conclusion, analysis of what you think is going to happen in the game or about the Miami Dolphins. If you feel like something that they're headed in the right direction and they're doing good, you won't say it just because they might prove you wrong. Are you real? Are you serious? This is what the media does, and that's a shame on the media. That's bad for the media because. It should sound something like this. Tonight's game features the Dolphins. They've been doing phenomenal things. I think they'll open it up tonight. They'll do X, Y, and Z. That's amazing. But just like that. And then if they come and they prove you wrong and they lay a stinker that night, I really had the Dolphins to do X, Y, and Z, but they just didn't live up to it. That's how that sounds. It doesn't sound like, well, I would say something good, but, they might prove me wrong. That's you trying to always be right. That's not what it's about. It's about giving them your honest opinion on what do you think is going to happen tonight or what's going on with the Dolphins. It's pitiful. Number three, give our front office the credit it's due. Gosh, oh my gosh, I've been saying that for so long. The moves that have continued to be made, no credit whatsoever. No credit of bringing in Rashad Jones. No credit with Bobby McCain. No credit bolstering up the offensive line after Tannehill's first 5 years of 4 or 5 years of just the worst offensive line ever. No comment on how it's gotten better. No credit for the things that's turning the team in the right direction at all. They don't know the team, but they talk about us and have no idea about our team. All right? Think about it. Minkah Fitzpatrick, if the Patriots drafted Minkah Fitzpatrick, wow, Minkah Fitzpatrick has the ability to make this the number one defense in the NFL. I can guarantee they'll say something like that. Dolphins draft them. Minkah Fitzpatrick should help. Wow. Ridiculous. Let's move on. Number 4, stop talking about who we lost and about who we gained. Man, I'm so tired of hearing how can we get rid of Ndamukong Suh? Even from I'll be honest, even Dolphin Nation saying things like that. Please stop. I'm going to keep on giving you the same example. Ndamukong Suh, with that type of money, I do not want my highest paid player, most dominant player, in a game situation we have a chance to win. 3rd down and 4. If we stop them right here, we get the ball back, tied, or even got a chance to win. And beep, all sides, and Dominican Sue. Oh my gosh, this is what we're paying you for. You know how many times we saw that last year? Yeah, he played a lot of snaps, guys, but at the end of the day, hey, you can't stay with that kind of money. You should be paying that amount of snaps and laser focused. But not to say the Dominican Sue is the most dominant, defensive lineman, well, in today's NFL, one top 5, maybe most dominant defensive lineman there is. And I'm not talking about his ability, no question about it. Please don't get me wrong. He's dominant. He is it. But at the end of the day, for that kind of money, not on our roster. I am so happy that we didn't make that mistake. Jarvis Landry, you don't pay receivers $15 million. I don't know how many times I got to keep saying that. You do not pay a receiver $15 million. You pay a receiver $15 million, you're taking away about $6 million from a lineman who's not going to block for the quarterback to even get the receiver the ball enough. You don't do it. In this offense, we're going to be spreading the ball around, and it's not that serious anyway. Okay? All right, what's next? And back on who we gained. I mean, we gained a lot of veterans who can fill some spots and play better than we had them the positions had last year. Okay? That's who we gained. We gained some great players, okay? So let's stop talking about what we lost. That's the past, okay? All right, number 5. Give us a fair shot like any other team. Gosh, the season hasn't even started yet, and we're ranked number 30th. We're ranked 30th, okay? And the season hasn't started. Everyone's 0-0. But yet the Dolphins, I hear one person say we're going to win 2 games. One says 3, then another says 4. Then the highest I think I've seen up to this point is us winning 6 games. That's not a fair shot. Literally, our defense got better. And we won 6 games last year, and our defense got better. And last year we won 6 games without our starting quarterback. I don't get it. I cannot put I don't get it. Let me move on before I. Number 6, stop acting like Ryan Tannehill is injury prone. I love this one, Tommy, because for some reason, Ryan Tannehill has 2 injuries and all of a sudden he's injury prone. He is injury prone. How quick did we forget that this man's first 4 years, he broke an NFL record for being placed on his backside the most with the worst offensive line and never had an injury. One of the most durable players in the NFL. I mean, getting sacked left and right, hit hard. The most sacked quarterback in the first 4 years of their career, I believe in a 4-year span period, but I'm going to go off of what I definitely recall. The first 4 years for sure, he was the most sacked quarterback in NFL history. Never sustained an injury, but yet he's injury prone. And then you look at the hit from that knocked him out this time straight. It was a direct hit to the leg, and he's injury prone. 90% of the players in that league could have taken that, got hit like that, and they would have been injury prone according to the standards these days of injury prone. Ryan Tannehill is not injury prone, guys. He had 2 situations of really bad luck. He is not injury prone, okay? Let's please get that straight. All right, let's move on. Talking about Ryan. All right, number 7. Say things about who will have the most sacks or interception TDs, catches, strips, or something else, rather than all this other blah blah y'all talking about. Y'all so consumed with how the Dolphins aren't going to do well, or you're so consumed about who we lost, but we want to hear real news, Who do we think? And I guess that goes for me too. So I'll kind of answer some of those. Who's going to have the most sacks? I think Cam Wake's going to come back with it, but Cam Wake's going to make another Pro Bowl year. I'm going to peg Cam Wake for 17 sacks if healthy. And if you know what 17 sacks mean, that is a monstrous season. And I am going to peg him with 17 sacks this year. With the defense we have, it's going to be a field day. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a lot of opportunity for double teams, okay? What else we got here? So interceptions, that's a good one. because I can go with Rasheed Jones, I can go with Bobby McCain, or with the rookie step in Minka Fitzpatrick flying around the field taking care of business. I don't know. I think that those three guys' stats might even be diluted just because all of them are going to be so impactful. All right. When it comes to TDs, touchdowns, that's a tough one, but well, I guess it's not as tough. I think Kenny Stills is about to have one of those years because Tannehill is going to open it up. A lot of things happening underneath is going to leave him on an island out there, and I think this is going to be it for him. I think Kenny Stills is going to have a breakout year for touchdown. I want to see Kenny Stills make the Pro Bowl. I want to see Tannehill put one of those seasons together, get Kenny Stills 1,500 yards. Oh, that would be a beautiful sight. I want to see him do that because he's a great receiver. He just doesn't get enough credit because he's such a deep threat that he took away so much pressure from Landry. And we don't talk about that. He took away a lot of pressure from Jarvis. All right. Last one, strips or something like that. Once again, I think the strips are going to come down to Cam Wake is going to get a lot of strips. And then I think not so much of our rookie this year linebacker, but last year. Okay. The one who got injured and didn't play last year. I think he should have a big time year, but I don't know. I have to see him play, man. It's just we're sitting the whole year, didn't even have any NFL action. We'll see how that goes, guys. But those are some of the things that I think will happen during the season. And I'll give you all a lot more than that because I don't want to turn into the media. I don't want to turn into that negative media that always, sits on the Dolphins and basically let their mess go. All right. All right. Next, number 8. Can we have a top 10 defense or offense this year? That's a good question. And Thomas is asking, can the media talk about that? Thomas, we will have a top 10 defense. We will. Now, offense, I believe that we're going to have a top 10 offense. But given the realistic take, I really want to see how this offensive line gels because I think we have all the pieces together that we need. But one thing that can send the ship crashing and burning and just send everything down is that offensive line. So that's yet to be seen. I want to see how those guys gel. I want to see how Laramie Tunsil does on the edge this year, rubbing off a little shaky year last year. I'm not going to say it's bad. I think he had a good year last year. But, some of the biggest moments, hopefully we want to see if he correct those things this year. But it's yet to be seen. But for defense, for sure, I might even go out on a limb to say top 5. Yet to be seen, but that's what I believe, okay? All right. Number 9. Can we have 2,000-yard rushers and receivers? 2,000-yard rushers and 2,000-yard receivers. I don't know if you meant 2 rushers that get 1,000 or 2 that get receiving, or if you mean a rusher and a receiver. Both of them, those two. I think you mean rusher and a receiver because it's pretty darn hard to have 2 rushers on the team with 1,000 and 2 receivers with 1,000. So I'm going to assume you mean 1 rusher, 1 receiver, which makes 2, both with 1,000. Receiving, yes, because I think Kenny Stills will get it done this year. But rushing, that's a good one because we're going to throw the ball a little more, I think. We're going to run by committee this year, Gore and Drake. And I think Drake is going to be used a lot more out of the flat too. So it'll be interesting to see. And I want to see because it depends on what type of workload Gore puts in as well. But I just think we may have a spread out team. I think these guys, if I was to give you a good analysis on that, on my thoughts, I would say that, we have a good chance of both running backs having over 600 yards, maybe one of them with about 850, the other one with about 750. Maybe a little more because we also have the rookie 4th-round pick that is going to be running the ball as well, and he may get a few reps in there. So it's just a tricky one. But receiving core, I know Kenny still should make it happen. Now, Devontae Parker opens up like we hope he does. The rushers can have 1,000 yards too because he's going to open up the run game. And he might even be knocking on the door for it because he gets big chunks. We'll see, but that's a great question. And number 10, last but not least, can Miami win a Super Bowl? Y'all already know my answer. If you've been tuning into my channel, that's not even a question. Tommy, we are going to win the Super Bowl. We don't ask that type of question around here. Not in TD Sports Talk. The Miami Dolphins will win the Super Bowl, okay? It's going to happen. I need every single one of you watching right now to believe it as well, guys. The Miami Dolphins, Super Bowl champs. And someone, one of my subscribers keeps saying he can't wait for Kool in the game to sing the celebration song. I can't wait either. But that's going to be one to remember, guys. What else? Did he leave anything else? How can a sorry team be? Oh, and I like this point that he made. You know, they say we're sorry, right? Who went to the Super Bowl? Who went to the Super Bowl? The New England Patriots. Didn't we beat the Patriots last year? I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, well, they just, didn't play up the competition, X, Y, and Z. We beat the Patriots. We're a good team. It wasn't an easy game. We beat them. We have the potential, guys, even last year. And I know we've gotten better. So all this media stuff about we're sorry or whatever it may be, we beat the team that went to the Super Bowl last year. So Dolphin fans, don't worry about this hating media. And I'm not even trying to be like Trump in this instance. But when I see articles with this negativity, I'm actually going to start posting myself fake news. Fake news. The Dolphins expected to win 4 out of 16 games. Fake news. And I want y'all to do the same thing. Every time you see a post that's negative about the Dolphins, unless it's, fairly negative, we got to be fair here. If it's fairly negative, then yeah. But if it's not, right all up and down. Fake news, fake news, fake news, fake news. Do your job. Actually do some real journalism work. Actually do some real research. Actually go to a practice. Actually go to a game. Actually talk to some of the players. Guys, I'm tired of it, the disrespect, but at the end of the day, we're used to it. All right. Thanks again for joining TD Sports Talk. I appreciate you, Tommy T, for leaving your comments on the video. I really like your comments. And a lot of other people talking about the disrespect that we're used to it. I understand that. And one person said we're historically due for a breakout season. I like that as well. Guys, this is our year, okay? Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. It's our time to prove them wrong. This is TD Sports Talk signing out again. Make sure you hit that subscribe and notification button. I'll be back at you again with another video bringing you Dolphin Heat. Peace.